Good evening and welcome to Planning Board, April 6, 2011 Planning Board meeting. The Planning Board this evening did 2 site walks, the first one being at 6:30 on 100 Silas Brown Road and the second one being at 6:45 on 21 Courtney Lane. We do have a full board this evening. And our first appointment is 21 Courtney Lane, map 33, lot 40, relocation of a structure in the shoreline zoning, Craig Fredericks. Mr. Fredericks?
Hello.
If you would like to start, take it back to the board.
So you'd like me to start?
Yes, sir, please.
Okay, so we took a site walk of the property just 15, 20 minutes ago. So I guess the purpose of going before this board is to see if there is whether there's any practicable alternative for the location of that building. And I think from the observation of the property lines and where the septic system is and the driveway is, I would state that there isn't any practical alternative.
I will take it back to the board then.
Okay.
And get their feeling and their take on their site walk. Anybody have an opinion?
I guess the only thing I see is he's gonna need a front yard setback for his
Mudroom.
mudroom. He can go with, since it's a lot of record, he can go within 10 feet of
The
the,
size of his property.
it's before 1977. So he can go within 10 feet of the sidelines. And he's not proposing any changes on the lakeside.
So in your opinion,
I didn't see any.
the mudroom is pretty much the only spot it
Yeah,
can be?
Mm.
and I didn't see that the building could remove that.
So,
No, the side thing is not a problem, it's simply that one part, the front, that's a setback problem.
This will be
Yeah.
a mudroom.
Yeah.
and he's going to be,
I don't know, what is it?
that looks like 22
You
or
would, right, about 32 feet now, so,
32?
right. Actually, I'm sorry, that measurement would, that 32 feet includes the proposed addition of the mudroom.
That's where you want to be when you're ending up with your mudroom.
That's
right?
correct.
You need to be 32 feet back from the
Right,
front
approximately, that's,
property line.
From the front property
Right.
line? Okay.
Where did you
What
measure
does that mean? Yeah.
well, I based it on the house being about approximately 40 feet
Where are you measuring from, though?
from 2 property lines on both sides, and then I
Not
assumed,
from the road? Because, I mean, we need
No,
to make
right,
sure.
no, I
it's-
didn't.
Okay,
it would be further from the road.
okay.
So you guesstimated your front pins?
Right.
Okay.
We need a survey anyways before we do a
Before he gets a
permit.
building permit, we will have to determine that, yep.
Right, and I'll provide that.
Because every time he says approximately, I shake a little bit.
Well-
That gets costly when you come in and
Well, yeah.
your approximately is off
Well, I mean,
from
I'm
our,
not going to state, 29
Right,
feet,
that's why you need
96
a survey,
inches, so-
yeah.
Right, I understand.
So if the board is in agreement that they feel this is the best location, I will accept a motion to approve. And if you wanted to make your motion no closer than X number of feet, that would probably be appropriate as well.
can we do that without a survey? That we know?
I think a survey is required by ordinance for the
And he has to
inspector.
meet that setback, right?
Yes.
Whatever you guys grant, he
Right,
has to
and he'd
meet.
have to meet that setback, so he'd have to prove to Patty that the setback.
But we don't know what that setback's going to be until we.
Well, is
Yeah,
the
so-
25 feet setback satisfactory?
What?
Is a 25-foot,
I was gonna say
Setback.
30, but
Mm,
25 is.
30.
there isn't, I mean, there's an existing driveway already within that setback, or,
Right,
Driveways don't have to meet the
Driveway
setback.
Okay.
doesn't count that.
yeah, so I mean, I would
You want
think that
30.
30 would be,
29, 30?
30.
30, that would give him 2 feet of play,
That's what I
Okay.
was thinking.
so if you want to make a
That's it.
motion.
I make a motion that he can do his improvements to his lot and that he may not go closer than 30 feet to his front yard front boundary.
Is there a second on that?
I'd second that.
Okay. There's a motion and seconded to allow him to construct as planned and no closer than 30 feet to his front property line. Is there any discussion? I do have a question. Is directions on this correct, so that front property line is true north?
To be honest with you, I didn't really realize the direction compass on the top until I did this, so
Okay.
I wouldn't state that.
And so we're going to basically say that the right-of-way would be your front property line, not the water side,
Okay,
okay?
Okay.
And that's
The roadside.
the roadside,
the road side would be the
Just-
front,
just
in
for-
terms of point of reference.
clarification.
Okay,
All right, any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Congratulations.
okay, great, thank you very much, appreciate it.
Our second item on the agenda is 100 Silas Brown Road, excuse me, map 41, lot 21, relocation of a structure in shoreline zoning, Pam and Dale Whitman. Mr. and Mrs. Whitman, or whomever's presenting for them. Steve, are you presenting for them? All right, just identify yourself for the record, please.
I'm Steve Everett, I'm the surveyor for the Whitmans. I know that you guys went out to the house to see the condition of the house and the condition of what they wanted to do, and the condition of the house is not in good shape. I don't know if you saw the roof, but
Yeah,
the
the
roof
roof
is
was-
coming in, this is kind of something that needs to happen this year. So I went out there and I surveyed the existing location of the house, set some control out there, because I guess everything's gonna be demolitioned. It's gonna be, all of it's gonna be taken out, including the foundation, is that
Yeah.
correct? So I have control out there, so I can put the new foundation back in where it's shown on the plan, which is a 27.5 by 44-foot modular that's going basically in the same footprint, but a little bit farther away from the lake. I've shown all the existing setbacks from mean high water and the property lines and the closest to the street line. And we're here to seek approval for this modular.
Any questions, Mr. Everett? from the board?
And he certainly couldn't move it. He couldn't move it, certainly couldn't move it back further
I
from
know.
further from the lake.
It's about as good as it gets.
I'm going to open it to the floor. Is there anybody in the public that has any comments either way regarding this? Okay, seeing none, I'm going to bring it back to the board. What's your pleasures, folks?
I'll make a motion that they can rebuild according to these plans,
Mhm.
keeping the setbacks that are on the plans.
I would second that.
All right. Steve, is this a numbered plan so we can refer to a number on this, or is this?
Just the date, I guess, would be the
Which is what?
identifier.
April 2011
Yeah.
plans?
Mm.
Okay, just as the identifier. All right, there's a motion and a second
This is
to,
107.
this is the address. Yeah, but
That's in 100.
just so it doesn't change, I mean, we could do another plan, but
Did you say 100?
No, 107.
107.
I
No,
thought
Tim
I
said
heard-
100 Silas Brown.
Yeah, okay,
No.
that's what I heard.
It's
If it
107.
makes any difference.
107 Silas Brown Road.
Yeah.
You said it the first hour.
All right. So there's a motion and a second to approve the plans designed April 2011 for Pam and Dale Whitman. Is there any discussion regarding this? All in favor as submitted? Opposed? You guys have got it? Congratulations. those are the only two items that we had on our agenda this evening. I will go through the rest of the business meeting. We do have a workshop following this meeting with the planning, with the water district and selectmen board. So, next on our agenda is minutes. Are there any minutes? There are no minutes.
No.
Any old business anybody would like to bring up at this time? No communications. The communications we have is a shoreline zoning letter, spring 2011 in your folder, from, looks like from the DEP. That appears to be all the communications we have. If there are no questions regarding that, I will open the floor for comments or anything the town planner would like to speak about at this time. Tom, you're up.
Mr. Chairman, board members, from one of your previous meetings, there was some feedback from the board that the board would like to see additional alternative approaches to performance bonding other than what was suggested in February in our earlier discussion about performance bonding. Just to bring everybody in the loop, this had originated from the Board of Selectmen as a request to come back to the board. The board's reanalyzing what to do with the existing language that exists in the ordinance. And so, other than saving account or passbook accounts, which mean tying up a substantial amount of money for a developer that, as was brought out by the board members, your other alternatives are these 5. I found this wonderful article that was prepared by an insurance company. It has a little bit of an insurance company slant to it. But it's well worded. It shows the alternatives, and those alternatives are surety bonds, irrevocable letters of credit, as I've mentioned to the board, are almost non-existent now with most banks. Certificates of deposit versus passbook savings, cashier's checks, and tripartite agreements, which basically means, in simple terms, setting up an escrow account that you would have 3 parties involved: the town, the developer, and the surety agent or bank. Each one of those alternatives carries risk, and it carries challenges in recovery of monies, particularly on projects that are large-scale or phased. And so I think that here is our challenge as to how can we apply the fairness doctrine at the same time protect the interests of the community on large-scale projects that come forward. It may involve a hybrid that the board and the town and the Board of Selectmen need to come up with that's workable for a size community like Waterboro. And so I think that's what direction we're heading in, is to try to come up with a hybrid. The very best, obviously, is to have the monies in total in escrow. But that presents, I think, a violation of the fairness doctrine. So this is what I've come up with. It may be beneficial for the board to take and read through, particularly this article, because I think it sets forth the pros and cons of going with each one of these. And then we can bring it back to, at the board's pleasure and the chair's pleasure, we can bring it back to a future meeting and then figure out what's going to work best. Because there's one other element that we need to keep in mind, and that's the administrative aspect of it, the organizational aspect of it here in town. Any monies that are held are going to have to be held, or are typically held, by the treasurer of the community. Someone needs to constantly keep a monitor of logs of projects that are going on and when time limits run out. And I think the other challenge that you're presented with is on long-term projects, or projects that go more than a year, is that the cost analysis is ever moving, it's ever changing. So at the board's pleasure, if there's anything else that you'd like me to do after you've read this, you can either give me a call or pop an email or stop by the office, and I'd be glad to do it.
This is exactly what I was looking for.
Is that what you're looking for, Kurt?
I think this is nice.
Okay.
Thank you, Tom. Do you have anything else you'd like to discuss? While we-
The only other thing is, in preparation for the meeting on November 20th, where you're bringing together the 2020 committee, I'm sorry, way ahead of myself. What's going on November 20th? I must be on vacation.
Thanksgiving.
Wow, where did that come from? Yeah.
I can't remember tonight.
For the meeting this month, on the 20th, if there's anything that you'd like to do in preparation for that, some members of the 2020 committee and the Board of Selectmen will be there, and I believe it's the brainstorming session that you wanted to have as to looking at the bigger picture on change of zones.
Right.
One of the things that I've done in preparation for that is I've prepared an assemblage of our mosaic of our tax maps, which don't always fit together quite properly. But in any case, I've tried to rescale everything so that we have a big picture of what those lots look like. I'd like to hand that out tonight. I'm going to further embellish it with who the landowners are, so we can see the big picture, and then also get a aerial prep for it, so we can look at the whole area.
All right, and that's all going to be electronic, so we can put it up on the board for the public to see at the same time?
Tim, we certainly can do that. I think the only challenge is that the resolution is going to be a little bit fuzzy, but sure, we can do that, and plus have the handouts. And
Yes.
will that work?
Yeah, that'd be perfect. I just like the use of those.
Absolutely. Let me, if I may, give you a hard copy of that mosaic of tax maps.
All right, thank you.
They kind of match up. Okay.
Tom, do you have it electronically? That electronically?
I don't, because,
Okay.
again, this was a paste up of about 6 maps.
Because I can put it on, I can print it on blueprint size.
What we can do is we can scan it in, or we can blow it up,
Okay.
and so we'll have, something we can put on the electronically as well as a handout.
Thank you.
And just for orientation, just another 30 seconds, Mr. Chairman. The JD site, you see that leg, first of all, what's outlined in red, 4421, that's the John Malone property. Lying just below that where it says AR zone, V zone, that's the subject property for the change of zone. But I'll further define that on the maps that we use electronically. In yellow connotates town property, public property. Transfer station. So we use this for kind of a start. I think just looking at the assemblage of these lots has a telltale story. And at the request of some of the board members, we had a very brief discussion at 2020 on this, and hopefully we'll have at least half of the 2020 members here. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Tom. Is that it?
JD's lot, you see that lake, that 50-foot right-of-way in red that comes off of Secocas? Lying just below that, or on this map southerly, where it says AR zone, V zone, it's right there.
Is it this, or does it go back?
Well, again, see, this is where the scale of the maps are different here in the town, so that's why there's a little, I had to readjust the scale in order to make it fit there. So that's a little bit out of scale, Judy?
So is the JD lot 2511?
Yeah.
25.5 and 25.5-1.
Which is underneath where it says AR zone, V zone, okay? Again, the scale of our tax maps is not the scale that you have before you here, so what I had to do was reduce it so I could kind of fit them together.
Yeah, it goes like this and down.
Mhm.
Does that go down to Route 5, straight, kind of?
Well, it jogs around,
I mean, approximately. 'Cause where's the bank and...
if you add the existing JD complex, plus the residential structure, plus the area that's being filled, that would encompass that whole rectangular area.
So that line that says 244 extends all the way to Route 5,
Yeah,
right?
that's what...
Correct.
Okay.
And that's it? That's the whole of the...
Well,
Is that
that's the
his
boundary
house?
line, again, as a refresher, that
Is that
was
his
somewhat in
present-
question.
Is that his present business and house and?
Present
Yeah.
business, the house to the front,
Yeah.
as well as the entire filled area. Now, what I can do is take and try to scale that off, recognizing that one of those boundary lines is in question.
So the rest of that is
The one between the bank,
the bank?
that's a.
Gorham Savings. Now, what I probably could do is,
Yeah.
Patty, do we have the site plan for Gorham Savings?
So this line goes.
Yeah, so I could take the site plan, take those
So
dimensions,
is this-
scale it down to this, and then back it off, and then
This
that
is
line
the
will be supposedly the common line.
Is this line lot split in half also, the bank?
I thought the line here is the one, this line here, I think is the one that's got a problem.
And the
50 foot.
property in red is whose
Yes.
property?
Mr. Malone's, John Malone's.
Yeah.
So the bank, Tom, 25-11,
Houses down
The bank, the Gorham, let me just answer Kurt's question. Kurt, the answer to that is, it's not demarcated on
Okay.
here.
all right.
Okay? Those three lots are not shown broken up on here because of the scale of the maps. We had to reduce some maps to piece these all together. This is a piecemeal map, if you will.
Okay.
there. When you go down Bennett Hill Road, there's,
Where it says map 25, that whole section there, that's another map that we can bring in if you want it for clarification, that breaks out each one of those lots. It wasn't shown on this scale map.
There's landscape materials and stuff, there's a sign out there. Is that, are there several houses in map 25?
Correct, along Bennett Hill. Yes, behind the church property. Once you, new lot starts behind the, Brook. So just for board clarification again, when you're looking at this map, I wasn't intending to go into detail lot by lot here tonight. Where it says map 25, okay, we can bring in that map and show you all the subdivision of each of those lots. Here, it just merges all those lots together.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So one of the idiosyncrasies of the current tax maps.
Now, the Sebago tax deeds, do they have them electronically where you can get them from them, and maybe
Yes.
we could play with it that way, or you could play with it that way and tweak them rather than try to cut and paste
I think we already
I
have
have one
done
already put together.
this.
the zone one. No,
The zone. That village AR zone goes back to the property line now,
To the rear property line.
the rear property line, it's been,
The other thing we can do, if it's beneficial to the board, is we can take the surveyed plot plan that was delivered for the change of zone, and that'll give you all the dimensionality of that lot that's for change of zone. And if you wish.
The issue with these is you have different scales on there.
Yes, exactly.
And so trying to look at it and scale it down and not scale it and figure out what's what is difficult. That's why I was wondering if we had the Sebago plan, then you could be all the same scale and just cut and paste off of the disc electronically.
This is all put together.
Is that on the disc?
we don't have it, but Sebago Tech has it.
Yeah, I mean, if you get that, and
Well, what we could do is we could take that particular draft zoning map, and we just cut out that section and blow it up. We'll scan it in and blow it up for you.
that would.
Do you have that electronically?
We don't,
Like,
Sebago Tech.
but what we
I
can do,
can scan it and make it PDF.
yeah, we
No, I was
just,
just saying, because I can do it, print it out as a blueprint size, but I mean, if you scan it, it's gonna be
But Sebago
grainy.
Tech has got that, I'm sure they got that in the file.
If they could send it out as a DWG or DXF, then I
Yeah.
can blow it up.
Tina, why don't you just give Sebago and have them send,
Okay.
I would think that'd be best, if you get it electronically, and then we could
Yeah.
work with it
I agree.
electronically.
there may be a small fee that's associated with that. Is that okay
I'm
to?
sure there
You mean
is.
for me to make a copy? Sure.
I think we should give it to Kurt, we'll get it done for free.
If they could get paid to sit on the board for.
Keep your mouth
All
shut.
volunteers. All right,
So what we'll do is we'll follow the board's, the chair's recommendation. We're going to take the draft zoning map by Sebago. We'll see if they can fiddle with that electronically. We'll have an electronic presentation, and we'll go for it on the 20th. This month, not November.
Anything else, Tom? You guys have-
That's
Anything else anybody would like to speak about? No new business? Accept the motion to adjourn to go into a workshop session.
Make a motion to adjourn to go into workshop session.
Second.
Any discussion, all in favor? Thank you, folks, and have a good night.